Hi guys, and welcome back to another Doctor Who video, and today's review is the 60th anniversary special 2, Wild Blue Yonder. Oh my word. This was filmed half an hour, like almost an hour after watching it, so everything is sort of still processing. 20 minutes after filming it. So everything is kind of still processing. If you've never seen my face on your screens before, please click that big red subscribe button down below, and also click the notifications bell to get notifications every single time I upload, and also give this video a thumbs up. So, Russell T Davies definitely delivered on the whole side of this special was going to be dark and weird, and I can definitely say he definitely succeeded on that front of it being dark and weird. It was confusing, to say the least. Very hard to keep up with. I felt the special was very hard to keep up with in places. You had some really good bits, and then you had some really like just solid out weird stuff, which is okay. It's Doctor Who, you kind of just go along with it. The idea of the Doctor and Donna kind of fighting themselves, the principle to that I found kind of interesting. Like, these models of themselves on this ship had kind of emerged, and the Doctor first goes, "My arms are too long," which you can instantly tell in my eyes is not the Doctor. He would never say that. And then there's a copy of Donna with the Doctor, and she says that her arms are too long. So I find that was a very interesting concept. Russell T Davies definitely delivered on it being dark and weird. This whole ship is like on the edge of the universe, and the Doctor has never been that far out before. He's never actually seen the edge of the universe. So for him, it's a first for the it's the first for the Doctor to see the very edge of the universe, like the very last kind of edge of the universe. Like, it was, you know, to the Doctor this feels like a whole brand new world, because it is. It's a place that he's never really seen before, and he's intrigued that he's the first person to actually be here, and it's really cool. And Donna should be honoured that she got to have. Also, there is a negative to this episode. Only one. The 1666, where they first meet Isaac Newton, but not Isaac Newton yet. That was a weird kind of cold. That was an odd cold open to happen for Doctor Who. I know the TARDIS kind of is crash landing at this point, but that was not a great cold open. Sorry, Doctor Who. Sorry. I did not I mean, it's good that they did Isaac Newton, but I would actually like to see at some point in the near future them actually do like a solid episode on Isaac Newton, and not for him to have like a 28, like literally a 2-minute introduction to him. I would like to see in the future more of an in-depth into Isaac Newton's life as him in 1666 and then later on. But I did like the fact we got to see him, but I don't like that as a cold open. I thought that was very kind of sort of, they wanted to kind of get straight in to the episode and wanted to just do a quick kind of, the TARDIS takes a detour to quickly see Isaac Newton whilst the Doctor reconfigures the TARDIS. So that, to me, that whole thing kind of pushed the episode off balance. I mean, there's not really much negative points to say, but I have to say this because I just want to like mention it. So yeah, I feel like it was a bit kind of off kilter really with the rest of the episode, because the rest of the episode was solid up until before the cold, like after the cold open. But that was just really beyond anything I've ever seen before in Doctor Who. Just like a, hopefully they don't kind of leave it in Wild Blue Yonder in this particular special with Isaac Newton. Hopefully at some point they do go back in the future in like season 1 and season 2. So it feels really weird saying that. But yeah, so hopefully they do go at some point and revisit Isaac Newton with the 14th Doctor, 15th Doctor, sorry, at some point in the near future, or the 16th Doctor. I really hope that this is not the only time we get to see him. Anyway, the special was pretty much solid. It took place on this futuristic spaceship. The captain had made this kind of time bomb that was triggered with words, and the Doctor had literally only just worked it out at the very end, that the captain had kind of made a bomb and then chucked herself out the airlock, which seems very kind of like she was ready to commit suicide. So yeah, so I did like the idea of that. The ship was constantly refigurating because it was a ticking time bomb. That's exactly what it was. And I think I finally actually, that was when I finally got the concept of the episode, I think. Yeah, I think when the Doctor mentioned it was like a bomb ready to go after, we never actually got clarity about what those creatures were, sort of, that morphed into the Doctor and Donna. I'm really hoping that that does not leave, that is not a question. I'm really hoping that that is a question we do get answered at some point in the near future. I would like to know what kind of creatures they were that hang at the edge of the universe. It does remind me a lot of the Doctor Who audio story with the 5th Doctor, Starmen. So I don't know if Russell Davies had taken that out of concept or something, but it does actually remind me a lot like the Doctor Who story, the Starmen. So audio story, the Starmen. So that was a bit odd and very weird in such a strange concept. But the whole idea of the Doctor and Donna running up the corridor reminded me a lot of the Doctor Who episode 42, minus the kind of the sun, but you get my point. And when the 4 of them kind of met, the Doctor laid salt down like that was going to stop them. I know it's a superstition, like people don't, if you put a line of salt down, you can't, some people think that you have to count every single grain so you can actually step over it. And there's like millions of grains of salt, so you can just say a million and step over it. So, you know, but my point is that it just seemed like such an odd way to stop them. And the Doctor having hold of a normal screwdriver and his sonic to reconfigure the TARDIS to make sure that the TARDIS console room stayed the same, but the TARDIS could also rebuild as well, was an interesting concept. Also, we know about the hostile activation system because obviously it is mentioned in various Doctor Who audio stories that the Doctor has had it on, and then like I like the fact that the Doctor mentioned that he'd had it off for a couple of years because he was in orbit and he was like, oh, I better switch the hands off. But the fact that the TARDIS disappeared at precisely the wrong moment was an interesting way to go with this special. I really enjoyed that bit because it meant that they were stuck on this ship. They had to figure out exactly what the hostile action was in order for the TARDIS to come back. The TARDIS obviously does materialise at the very last second. Obviously then we get the fake Donna in with the Doctor, and then the Doctor realises it's the fake Donna and then goes back for the real Donna, which is obviously another great and kind of weirdly interesting way to go, that the Doctor kind of quizzes the Donnas on, you know, and then takes the wrong Donna with him not realising until the very last second, and then saves Donna one last time. The fact that the Doctor says he's sorry to Donna is an interesting way to go, because what exactly does that mean? Does that mean in the last special she's going to lose her life, is the nicest way of putting it for kids? But yeah, so what's going to happen next to Donna? Also, the ending for Wild Blue Yonder I really did like. Bernard Cribbins' appearance as well. Now, I know Bernard Cribbins died last year. Actually, he died a few weeks after he'd done the specials, so that's kind of sad. But I liked Wilf coming in at the very end of that and explaining where Donna's family were. He told them, there is spoilers in this video, so please, I should have probably mentioned that at the beginning, so please be aware. If you haven't watched Wild Blue Yonder, watch it now before you get into this video. But yeah, so Bernard Cribbins kind of appears in the end, and he's obviously told the Noble family at this point to hunker down because there's something coming. And I really thought that was kind of interesting way of putting it, because Wilf is in this wheelchair and he's actually gone and told the noble family that they need to hunker down and that he would keep watch. The Doctor is absolutely delighted. The Doctor is absolutely delighted to see Wilf, and Donna is too. But Wilf is more happy that Donna has now got her memories back of the Doctor, so he is even more delighted. I think Donna and Wilf are more delighted that she's got her memories back. And then at the very end, as they're talking, things start to explode all around them. There's a plane crash, there's explosions left, right and centre, and that is one way to end us on a cliffhanger. No, last week's cliffhanger was the TARDIS exploding, so this week's cliffhanger was things exploding around. Russell T Davies definitely likes to make his specials explosive. That is one thing I have noticed, that of all of his Christmas specials, the one thing he likes to do is make his specials explosive. So yeah, things are now exploding all around inside them. So that leads us up to next week, the giggle. Now I'm very much looking forward to this episode. Yeah, and I can't wait to give you guys a review on the giggle. I'm very much looking forward to it. Other positives about this episode was that there was a whole bunch of really good stuff, and it seems like they've been using the Disney money really well. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please give it a thumbs up if you did, and in the words of the 14th Doctor and Donna, allons-y, and let's go kick its arse.